I'll be showing the new AI-powered learning activities in Microsoft 365. Learning activities are for educators or students and include flashcards, fill in the blanks, matching, and then for students, self-powered quizzes. Learning activities are available as a new standalone app. They're in the Teach module, Teams, and then later this year coming to OneNote. So let's get started. First off, we're going to go to the new Learning Activities app. Most people don't know this exists. I'm here in Word, and the easiest way to find the Learning Activities app is our old friend, the waffle. So click the app launcher, and if you're an educator or a student, you will see Learning Activities right in your waffle. So Word, Excel, PowerPoint waffle, the OneNote waffle. Click Learning Activities, and it launches the app. Now, as an educator, I've already created some of these learning activities. I've got some options. I can create flashcards, fill in the blanks, or matching. And you can see I've got some of those things right here, and I'll show how to create those. You can go to bookmark. So in this case, I've bookmarked this one. I can remove the bookmark and it goes away, or I can add a bookmark and it puts it right there. And there's also join codes, and I'll show that in just a moment. There are two other places as an educator that you can launch learning activities from. So I'm in the main app here, and you find that from the waffle. But if I go to the m365.com homepage, you'll land on the Copilot here. Now you're going to go to the Teach module as an educator. And the Teach module has a bunch of teaching tools, and you will see learning activities right here. So flashcards, fill in the blanks, and matching. You can launch them from there. And the last place you can find it is in Teams. So if I'm an educator who uses Teams, I'm going to go into classwork, and I've already created a unit right here, and I'm going to expand this. If you go to add content into your classwork module, you'll see create with Copilot. And if you launch that, again, flashcards, fill in the blanks, and matching. So you can attach these things into your classwork modules. And we're also bringing them into assignments very soon. Now let's go back to the main Learning Activities app that we launched in the beginning. There are different types of activities that the educator can launch. First off, I'm going to launch flashcards. You can put in your learning content. So you can add a document or a PowerPoint deck. I'm just going to paste in some content I have about butterflies. So I've pasted in some content about butterflies, and the AI is going to analyze this and suggest some flashcards. You've got lots of different languages to choose from. I have flashcard type. I've got term and definition, question and answer, or multiple choice. And you can have all of these or just two of these. It's up to you. We'll keep it simple with term and definition. You can also generate a hint for each card as well. And we'll leave that on for now and click generate. So now AI is going to analyze that content and suggest some flashcards. Great. So here are a bunch of flashcards. I click in here to edit. And here's the front side, there's the hint, and there's the back side. I can also add images. So maybe on the front side, I want to add an image, and it automatically searches for monarch. Great, monarch, butterfly, add. So you can go and add images across your flashcards. You can also enhance with AI. So maybe you want to make some changes. You can type those in. You can change the card type if you want. You can regenerate all these flashcards. I'm not going to show every single option. I've got a deep dive video in the upper right if you want to see that. Now, if I want to preview as an educator what this looks like, I'll hit preview, and here it is, metamorphosis. Click on the card to see what it is. The process butterflies go through from egg to adult. Great, I know this one. Click, I know this. Next up, monarch butterfly. I'm not sure about that. If I want a hint, I can get a hint like that. If I click here, flips it. Okay, I didn't know that one. And so when I'm done, just clicking through, it gives me a summary, how I did. I'm learning 2 still, I know 6. I can retry the ones that I missed, or I can start over. So that was in preview mode as an educator. Now I'm going to hit save, and now I've saved this learning activity. Let's say I want to share with my class. I click share, and it pops up a join code, or I can just copy the link and send this to my students. But let's say I have this join code here, and I'm going to copy this, and let's say I shared that with my class. I'm going to flip over on the student side and show what it looks like when the student opens up that shared activity. I'm signed in as the student, and just like before, I will go to the waffle, and the student also has learning activities, and I'll launch it. Okay, now I'll go to join and paste in that join code and hit join activity. So here are the flashcards. I'm just going to speed through these really quick. All right, and when I'm done, I have the ones that I'm learning, the ones that I know. I can retry. I can also see my own activity summary. So if I click here, the student will see what they've done, which ones they know, which ones they're still learning. Now we're going to flip back to the educator. We'll just refresh this. And now the educator can see one student started, one completed, the average score, and challenging cards. So some lightweight insights. Let's go back to the main area, click in the upper left. Next up, we're going to create a fill in the blanks activity. That's a second learning activity. So it's the same format as flashcards, and I'm just going to paste in some learning content, but you could also add content. You could upload a Word document, PDF, PowerPoint, but let's just paste in some content. I've pasted in some content about the TV show The Office. So I can choose the content format, AI does it, or I can use it as entered. Easy, medium, or challenging. I'll make it easy, and let's click generate. So it's going to generate a fill in the blanks exercise. Okay, here's the paragraph of text, and it has the answers right here: mockumentary, documentary, regional manager, etc. You can edit these. So if I click in edit, I can go and edit this. And you can see these are all the answers here. You could add a distractor. So that means add an answer that is not the right answer. I'm going to put in Bill Lumberg. He's from The Office Space, not The Office Show. Okay, this is good. I could generate more. I could use AI to tweak this if I want, make it harder or easier, but we'll just preview just like we did before. And now I've got a fill in the blanks. So I'm going to go and drag some of the answers. Let's see, I got, is that bookkeeper? I don't know if that's right. Michael Scott is regional manager, and I'll just fill this out quickly. Okay, I filled this out. Let's see how I did. Click check. Oh, I got a couple of these wrong and I got some right. So I can also show the answers. Oh, those are the correct answers. Okay, and now I'll continue. So I got half of them right and half of them wrong. Similar format to flashcards. And I can retry the ones that I missed. So I'm going to exit preview mode. You can also save and share these just like you did with the flashcards. I'll hit save activity, and now I could share this out in the same way. And I won't share this because you already saw how you do it with flashcards, but it works in the same way. We'll go back to the main area here. The next one I'll show is matching, and this is probably the most fun and competitive for students. I click new activity and choose matching, and this one can be a game. Just like before, you can add your learning content. I've got Greek gods and goddesses. Choose the language. Now for settings, there's a leaderboard. You can turn that on or off. So you don't want it to be competitive, you can turn that off, but it's actually really fun, kind of like Kahoot. And then you have custom nicknames, and I'll hit generate. So it's generating a matching activity. Okay, I've got my matching activity. Let's see what it looks like in the preview. So you give yourself a nickname, matching Mike, and we will start the game. Now I need to click on this, God of the Underworld. Okay, it sounds like Hades. Aphrodite. Now if I got it wrong, got that one wrong. Oh, that was right. Oh, Goddess Love and Beauty. And I'm just going to speed this up. Okay, now there was a timer, 18 seconds, matching streak, and accuracy. Now what's cool is when other people join in, they all have a leaderboard. So you can get gold medal, silver medal, and we've had examples of students and schools that get really competitive and they do this game over and over again, and they actually have done better on their tests. We had an educator share some awesome feedback about how popular these matching games were, and you can choose to play again. And I'll exit preview mode, and then I will save the activity. So just like I saved the flashcards and fill in the blanks, and I'll go back to the main learning activities area. I have a deeper dive video on matching if you want to see that in the upper right. Now the last thing I'm going to show is on the student side, there's an extra learning activity, which is practicing self-quizzes. So let's switch over to the student account. So here's my learning activities homepage as a student, and I'll go to new activity, and there's a choice here called quiz. And to reiterate, educators do not see the self-quizzes, but students can, and this is AI-powered personalized quizzing. So I'll click this. Now I can add content that I might have for my educator, document, PDF, PowerPoint. I'm just going to keep it simple and paste in some of my notes here. So I've got some information on the American Revolutionary War. You can change the language right here, many different options. You can set how many questions, so 15, 20, I'll just put it back to 10. And you can choose practice mode. This is actually the forms feature, and this allows you to turn on, it'll go one question at a time and giving the student instant feedback and unlimited retries. But I'll just turn this off in this case, and I'll click generate. So it's going to analyze the content and it's going to draft out the questions. And now it's finished. I can choose to take the quiz, or I can review the quiz first. So if I actually looked at this, it'll let me see the questions and answers, and it's a spoiler alert, but I'm just going to say, take the quiz. And this is just loading up Microsoft Forms, the quiz version of this. Okay, so I'm going to go through quickly and answer some of these, and I'm just going to go fast. I'm not going to try to get them right. Okay, I'm all done. I'll hit submit. Now I've completed this and I can view results. So what was the period of salutary neglect? Not sure. What's nice is there's an answer explanation right here. So that's what the core question was, useful information, explanation. This one was correct. That one was correct. You can always see the explanation no matter what the question was. So I can go down here. This one will be reviewed, see the answer explanation. So it's really easy to power through and see exactly what was happening. The other nice thing is that all of these are stored in your form. So as a student, I go Microsoft Forms here. So I'm in Microsoft Forms under recent. Here is that form. It's stored right there. So I'll close that, go back to learning activities. And if I close this, I can also find all my learning activities right here. So here's the form, here's fill in the blanks, here's flashcards. Hopefully that gives you a good sense of these learning activities. These are globally rolled out in all languages now, so you should be able to start using them today.